Good afternoon, listeners, and welcome to Lyre Meadow for this afternoon's game between Alvechurch and Tamworth. This production is sponsored by givethegift.co.uk. We haven't got an actual team sheet this afternoon, so we haven't got the Alvechurch lineup, but I can just quickly run through the Tamworth squad. So starting off in goal is number 1, Jazz Singh. Number 2, Ben Hart. Number 3, Henry Wilder. Number 4, Ryan Bezic. Number 5, Jordan Cullinane Labird. Number 6, Nathaniel Turner. Number 7, Shaquille McDonald. Number 8, Aaron Ford. Number 9, Jerry McDonough. Number 10, Lyndon Meikle. And number 11, making his full starting debut, is Shay Tilt. And the bench for Tamworth is Halkins, O'Connor, Tonks, Gordon and Armitage. As the referee checks his watch and blows his whistle, we are underway here at Lyre Meadow in Alvechurch to kick off, launching the ball forward, but it's easily cut out over on the far side by Ben Hart, who you said, Stu, had a really good game on Tuesday night.
Yeah, he was one of the more impressive players.
Jazz Singh there with a bit of a rush clearance, then it was straight to a yellow shirt, but the goal actually for a moment there was unguarded, but thankfully for Tamworth the shot was very poor. Into Meikle, back to Hart, to Ford, up over the top to McDonough on the edge of the Tamworth box with his back to goal. He's held the ball up well there. Finds Ben Hart once again, crossing by Shay Tilt. And really, that was Lyndon Meikle there, I think. But for a minute there, looked like it had gone into the net, but it unfortunately just hit the side netting.
Yeah, it's quite a good touch actually, that by Jerry. He brought the ball down quite well, didn't he, and shielded the ball well.
Can tend to think things have gone in sometimes, and especially the other way round as well. You tend to think something's gone wide and it's actually trickled into the net. We've had that a few occasions on commentary in the past. Alvechurch just holding up possession in the middle of the pitch now. Shaquille McDonald with a good slide there to regain possession. Now he's one-on-one at the moment. He's buffeted off the ball right on the edge of the box.
Joe Hall's took him down there. It's going to be a yellow card for the Alvechurch central defender.
Yeah,
he didn't have a lot of choice really. I think if he
didn't. But I think fortunately for him, he did have a man next to him.
Yeah, he's covering.
Which stopped it from being a red, because I think if it was actually the only man back, it would have been. But actually, Shaquille McDonald is standing over this one as well, isn't he, Stu? So we've seen Shaquille score free kicks as well.
Yeah, good favour the right foot of Shaq.
Exactly down low to the keeper's left. Sorry for the momentary pause, but to try and get my head around what was going on. But it was actually well saved by the Alvechurch keeper.
Yeah, it's
and the subsequent follow-up shot, unfortunately, was hit wide. Out to Meikle. Holds the ball up just a little bit, finds Henry Wilder out on the left-hand side. Little 1-2 between Tilt and Wilder. Well charged down.
Good play between Wilder and Tilt, that was.
Yeah, it was a good little 1-2, and Henry Wilder tried to cross the ball low across the face of goal, but it was slid out and well blocked there by the right back for Alvechurch. And it's a corner for Tamworth. Back in that corner of the ground where we can't actually see a thing, Stu.
No, we just...
Yeah, it was Shay Tilt with the corner once again. I think it was actually found the shortest man on the pitch in Shaquille McDonald.
Yes.
Who headed up over the bar, and take nothing away from Shaquille at all, but very similar to the goal on Tuesday that I only saw back on the highlights, but should really be marking the shortest man, shouldn't you, and not allowing him to get headers on it from crosses or corners.
To be fair to him.
McDonough now finds Meek on the halfway line, who cuts the ball across to Shaquille McDonald. He takes a shot and he's actually hit that with the outside of his boot instead, and it's gone well wide. It was always going wider, that was. And
lovely crossfield ball from Lyndon Meikle to pick out Shaq McDonald, but he's like I say, he's dragged his shot high wide and not very handsome, Stu.
Yeah, Ben Hart held on to the ball well, found Shaquille McDonald. He's picked up Ryan Bezic on the outside of the box, plays in Wilder, low across the face of goal, looking for Shaquille McDonald, and once again the number 4 for Alvechurch was there with his defensive duties.
Good clearance, to be fair.
Yeah, to clear that away.
If he doesn't get there, it's they're in all kinds of trouble, really. But again, it's good build-up play by Tamworth, really.
At the minute, I think this game needs a goal, doesn't it, Stu, just to open it up a little bit, because it's still a little bit scrappy at times.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Stu. If either team scored, it would certainly.
Meanwhile, Meikle actually finds Shaquille McDonald. He's cut inside, and once again he's hit that with the outside of his boot, and it's gone well wide, and it was only going wider for a throw right in front of the Tamworth dugout, taken by Ben Hart into Bezic, who heads forward to Aaron Ford, changes to the opposite side of the pitch and finds Henry Wilder. Looks to take his man on, and he cuts inside. He finds Shaquille McDonald, who almost loses his footing. Finds McDonough, who skipped through a few players there, and he's still managing to battle away from the ball. Joe McDonough did really well there and stood his ground, but once again it was just a crowd of shirts, and
he had at least 4 players around him at that point.
Yeah, it's this is very much like what House and Ties played against us last season. When Tamworth get the ball, it's basically everybody in the box and just crowd out the man that's got the ball.
Yeah.
It's very difficult once Tamworth get into the Alvechurch box for them to create any space to get a shot off. It's been really scrappy and a bit of a difficult one to commentate on, because, like we say, possession's been changing hands so often, and it's a little bit awkward not having the opposition team sheet as well, fairly, just having to refer to them as the Alvechurch man or the number.
Yeah, it's not great, that really. It's been very stop-start, and it's given us a lot of time to.
Well, actually, the Alvechurch man now has lifted the ball over the tackle, found the back of the net, and that came from a throw-in. And the Tamworth defence were actually must have been half asleep, Stu, because they were caught absolutely napping there. And once again, that's for me a mistake at the back between the Tamworth central defenders. For me,
as soon as he went through and he got past the defenders, it only looked like there was going to be one outcome. And
it was one-on-one with Jazz Singh, wasn't it? And it was easier to lift it moon of the net.
The goal scorer is Kevin Montano, a French player. Scored the goal for Alvechurch.
And there is the half-time whistle, and there is a good round of applause from the Alvechurch fans applauding their boys. And if you're brutally honest on the balance of play, you'd probably say that 0-0 would be fair at the break, wouldn't you? In fairness, but that's not the case. It is Alvechurch 1, Tamworth 0 at the break, and all that came from a throw-in pretty much on the halfway line. Like I say, Tamworth have made that substitution. It's Joe McDonough, number 9, has left the field, replaced by number 16, Janai Gordon. He's just taken up his spot on the halfway line, and we are back underway. Ball immediate play to Shay Tilt, who tries to keep it in play, and he's just literally he's gone out of play. A little bit like the left hand wing in the first half. Now the right hand wing, we can't see that corner of the pitch too easily. Like we said, it's been, I'd say the possession stakes have probably been 50-50 so far. Meanwhile, there's a chance by Alvechurch, saved by Jazz, double save there by Jazz Singh. One also blocked off the line.
It's hit a few players as well. I have now got a team sheet. I've just been sent it by a couple of sources.
Managed to get possession. There's a bit of a slide tackle there, but the referee has played advantage. Shade Tilt now on the right hand side, cuts in to Janai Gordon, who fires the ball well wide. Actually, he looked to be off balance there when he received that one, Stu, but it was a good break by Tamworth, but the end product again, Stu, was not good enough, was it? And the number 11 now, who scored the goal, laid it off to the 8 on the far side of the box. Good clearance there by Ben Hart. Jazz Singh was beaten there.
Just as well he was there, really, because I think that may have been going in if Ben Hart hadn't taken up that position.
Yeah. A bit of a strange cross there as well that Jazz Singh must have saw later. It must have swerved in the air, because he had to almost claw that from underneath his bar.
I was going to say, he must have felt that there was some danger there, because he's got his fist to it and ended up putting it out for an Alvechurch corner.
And it is there, it's gone straight into the box. Shaquille McDonald now with the chance to wait for the ball to drop, but striding an Alvechurch man, and you look now, Alvechurch are in no rush at all, are they, to go on the break upfield. Although Aaron Ford resolutely has won the ball back for Tamworth. And I think that was that Henry Wilder there tried to get the ball.
I think
And
Ryan Bezic that took the shot, but it's again though it is very good defending, isn't it?
stabbed away though by Alvechurch. Back with Bezic now though. He plays back to Ford. Who looked to have all the time in the world, and once again he's hit his shot wide.
That was probably the chance that was, Stuart.
Yeah, and I think that was the chance, like you said, Stu, to try and get something back out of this game. And it just feels like we could play till Christmas and we wouldn't score this afternoon.
I think Nathan loves the things.
Yeah, and Alvechurch clearing the lines easily once again. Roturna though gets a good boot in, but only as far as the Alvechurch substitute. His man really well. He's deep in the Tamworth box and back. And once again, that ditch defending by Ryan Bezic. Yeah, we were. It's another let off for Tamworth not to go. Another goal down. Tamworth now pressing or trying to press really high. Ryan Bezic finds Shay Tilt. Comes from the outside in, completely goes across field to pick up Tom Tonks, who's in acres of space. Plays the ball in towards the back post. Headed by Wilder, but he couldn't get his head over it. He only got under it, and probably Tamworth's most energetic and best move of the game, Stu. And yeah, we just need more of that, don't we, in fairness, because eventually one of them would go in, but unfortunately for Henry there, he could only get under it and headed the ball over.
I think they've had a game plan, and I think lots of things they've executed it very well.
Yeah, we've just... And there is the full-time whistle, and it has ended here at Lymeadow. Alvechurch 1, Tamworth 0, and Tamworth just not at the races this afternoon, Stu, at all.
No, I think there'll be a few shooting practice drills on Thursday, because we haven't really given Niall Marr in the Alvechurch goal very much to do today at all, have we really?
No, like I said, I think the only save he made throughout the entire game was that one